Alrighty, back at it. It is hot. The sweat is just rolling down my face. My helmet is soaked. It is warm. Oh. So here we're going to get into another cut, which again you'd be able to see a little bit better if we had some cloud. We'll get into a little bit of shade up there when we turn the corner. So here you can see another telegraph pole. Kilometer post 6, that means we got 5 to go. That's manageable. Again, 2 trestles and a station and a special spot still to go. Oh, it's nice and cool in here when you get out of the sun. Any telegraph poles in here? Yeah, right there. There's one right there. I don't know if you can make it out. Oh. I have one of my subscribers, one of my loyal viewers, Mike, just loves seeing the telegraph poles, particularly the ones that are still standing. Part of the problem is I'm not used to doing these big long bike rides again. There's another telegraph pole. That one's missing the cross arms off of it. You can see a bunch of those coming up. As I was saying, I'm not used to being on the bike seat so long. I'm not used to carrying the weight of my vest and pulling the dog, and so I'm gonna be sore after today. I'm gonna be sore after tomorrow if I go again. Okay, we got our next trestle crossing coming up right up here. That's pretty. Look at that. The nice yellow leaves, the golden leaves of the poplars. It is hunting season, small game as well as archery for big game. The gun season for big game doesn't open. It always usually used to open on the Thanksgiving, but somebody just told me that it's actually the week after. So it's weird, that feels really late. In any case, we got, Luna and I got our orange on. Make sure we're visible. There's another telegraph pole. Again, you can see the cross arms are missing off of it. Really haven't seen a couple of people. Actually ran into a friend and colleague. I don't know, maybe we'll, I think he turned off up there somewhere. So a friend, Aaron, he's got a place in Graham. Saw him last weekend when I was here, and then I saw him again this morning, and he was heading up to do some scouting for hunting. But other than that, I think I saw a couple of trucks. That's about it. Usually this place is busy. Maybe in a couple of weeks when the gun season for big game opens, it'll be a little bit more alive. Here again, you can see telegraph pole, but missing the cross arms. Oh, butt's starting to get sore now in the saddle. some of the logging that they've been doing. Yet another, that one looks like it's been cut off on the top. All right. So let's hold up here for a second, and then we'll work our way across this this next trestle. Okay, so this is our second crossing of the Beach River, and as we explained at the concrete bridge, basically multiple names for this: Beach River, Bear River, Oscar River. Again, just name changes over the years. Okay, so this is the Beach River Trestle number 1. It is 75 feet long and 15 feet high. One of the things you'll notice about this one is a little bit different construction with the trestle. A lot of the trestles on this line are ballasted deck ones. This is the one, a more traditional one, with just the cross timbers. And you can see what has been done is that it's been decked over. And so they've put boards and plywood and stuff over top of the timbers, basically to make it a much better surface to drive over. So you can see basically the big 6x6 timbers on the side. You can see the nature of the river in this area, kind of very, very swampy. Again, this is very Shield-esque terrain, right, where you kind of get these pockets of vegetation, right, and then you have all these kind of you know, these swampy areas where the river is flowing through. You can kind of see how it meanders, right, and then works its way under the works its way under the trestle. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to jump down and go take a look at the bridge from the sides and from the bottom. And then last week when we were here, we threw up the drone as well. Okay, so we've made our way down here. We are on the northeast corner of the trestle here, and so we're going to work our way in a little bit closer. Just a tad bit backlit here. Let's see if we can negotiate our way around. Ooh. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vents. Again, you can see the structure itself looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Again, I don't know when it would have been rebuilt. There was some pretty heavy traffic on this line. So now we're on the southeast corner here. There was some pretty heavy traffic on this line starting in the late 60s up until the start of the 1990s. And so I would imagine that they probably would have had to rebuild a lot of the trestles, simply because there was all the weight, right? They were hauling iron, and you know, imagine those trains weigh a fair bit. So if we get in there a little closer here, you can see some barrels here. I'm guessing maybe our good friend creosote probably in there. So if we back out a bit here, you can see the vents again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vents. You see kind of a little bit of the swampy nature of the water here. The dog's in there like a dirty shirt. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hop the grade here and we'll go take a look from the other side. All right, so we swung over here to the northwest corner. Again, you can just see a little bit different angle of the bridge here. You can make out the center vents. in the river. Let's see if we can scoot our way across here. Again, if we take a look, the structure itself looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Down here you can see some of the piles from the previous structure. You can see the beavers been doing a little bit of work here. The dog keeps jumping in the water. There's some stamps here. Pole Sprayers Limited, 1978. Larry Foreman. So 1978, right? So a relatively, by comparison, new structure. You can see the timbers that have been placed on the top, and again you can see the more traditional. There's no gravel pan here. You can see the traditional timbers on top of the beams here, right? And so that would account for the decking that was on top. The sun here is very, very strong. So let's see if we can give you a little drone footage here before we make our way back up.